Have you ever tried to think your way out of a problem only to end up more confused than when you started it? It's like a ceiling fan spinning completely out of control. Instead of cooling you down, the motor just overheats. In the next few minutes, we are going to unpack exactly why your mind traps you in this loop, and more importantly, how to build an off button. We will cover the smartphone model of the mind, the three-part DIN framework, and four practical steps you can use today to instantly kill the overthinking cycle. We usually believe that the more time we spend analyzing a problem, the more clarity we will get. And at first, that is true. If you chart wisdom against time, the graph starts by going up. You think you gain insight, you find solutions, but it doesn't go up forever. Eventually, that graph peaks, flattens out, and then takes a sharp nosedive. You overanalyze until you are completely confused. Your thought starts acting like a snowball rolling down a hill. At the top of the mountain, a thought is just a harmless pebble. But as you keep thinking about it, it rolls, gains momentum, and turns into an emotional avalanche. To stop this avalanche, we first need to understand how our mental software is wired. Think of your existence in three distinct layers. Your physical body is the hardware, your mind is the software, and you, your consciousness, are the user. Right now, your mind is acting like a smartphone with a glitchy operating system. It keeps sending you random push notifications. What if I fail? Why did they say that? What if everything goes wrong? Here is the most important truth about overthinking. Getting a notification is completely out of your control, but clicking on it, it is a choice. A thought in itself is totally powerless. It is nothing more than a string of words popping up on your inner screen. It only gains power when you give it your attention. So, how do we stop clicking on bad notifications? We use the 4A strategies. The first step is attribute. When a negative or anxious thought arises, attribute it directly to your mind rather than identifying with it yourself. Instead of saying, I am anxious, tell yourself, my mind is saying it feels anxious. Do you feel the difference? If a close friend came to you and said, I'm panicked, you wouldn't instantly absorb their panic. You would step back, observe them, and try to help. By attributing the thought to the mind, you create immediate distance. You stop being the victim of the emotion and become the observer of the data. The second step is analyze. When the mind makes a massive din of noise, filter your thoughts through the DIN framework: direct control, indirect control, and no control. Direct control. These are things you can do right now. Studying for a test, doing your job well, or holding your tongue in an argument. Focus all your energy here. Indirect control. These are things you can influence but cannot guarantee, like someone else's opinion of you. Do your best to present yourself well and then detach from the outcome. No control. Things like the weather, a global recession, or the past. When a thought falls into this category, drop it immediately. Worrying about the uncontrollable is like paying interest on a loan you haven't even taken yet. The third step is anchor. You cannot simply command your mind to stop thinking. If I tell you, do not think of a pink monkey, what do you instantly see? A pink monkey. When a mental tsunami hits you, you cannot fight the wave. If you try, you will drown. Instead, you have to grab onto an anchor. A highly effective anchor is something that sits at the exact intersection of what you like to do and what is good for you. It could be listening to a specific calming music, reading a set of powerful wisdom quotes, or practicing a grounding meditation. When the mind starts spinning, don't fight the thoughts. Shift your focus entirely to your anchor. Hold on tight and simply wait for the wave to pass. The final step is act. The fastest way to get out of your head is to get into your body. Have you ever noticed that your mind works overtime precisely when you have idle time? Overthinking thrives in a vacuum. When you feel paralyzed by a loop of thoughts, stand up and do something physical and purposeful. Go for a walk, organize your room, or have a real conversation with someone. Break the loop with tangible action. Remember this: no matter how bad a situation is, your mind always has the power to make it worse through negative rumination. But if you have the power to make a situation worse, you inherently hold the power to make it better through positive action. You might not be able to install a power button on the fan of your mind, but you can definitely unplug it by starving it of your attention. Attribute the thought to create distance. Analyze what is actually in your control. Grab your anchor when the wave hits and take a physical action to break the loop. The problems in your life might not disappear overnight, but their hold on you will vanish. You are the user of your mind. It's time to take your power back.